Hey guys, really excited. We're gonna do another product review for you today on the new King Cobra F9 driver. I've seen a lot of cool things about this, Matty. Do you want to start with some of the details and I'll go into kind of first impressions of it?
I'll run through. So it's got what they did with the F8 driver and the F8 Plus. They've taken the technology of the club face with the CNC milled precision club face, which is really cool. The goal with that is to minimize dispersion, more consistent ball flight, and to help golfers keep it on the fairway or hit it straighter. That's the whole goal.
Looks good
with this CNC milled face. The next thing, they've taken the MyFly technology, so the adjustable
adjustability
feature,
aloft.
Yeah, which most drivers have that now anyway.
Yeah.
The new design of the driver, they're calling it the Speedback, so the new aerodynamic design and shape of the driver. All right, let's look through a few more things as well. They've got the rounded crown. I see that they've got some, what's the word?
Like aerodynamic, some sort of features.
No, what's this, the material called again?
Oh, carbon fiber.
That's it, carbon fiber technology. They've also changed the CG, so look at this, where the weight is. They've changed the position of the CG, so they put it in the lowest possible position of this.
Yeah,
so
and a lot of companies, so you can kind of
change the actual weight of it as well. You can see the weights.
Yeah, when you look at it, so I'll kind of jump in, Matty. When you look at it, they've kind of added, it's a little deeper in this back portion of the bottom. So like Matty said, they've moved the mast a little bit lower and further away from the sweet spot. So it's going to help to kind of produce a higher ball flight, make it a little bit more forgiving. And then you can also adjust these. So right now it's set to high launch. So they have 14 gram weight kind of in the high and 2 grams in the low. So depending on how we hit this, we might swap those around to produce a slightly lower ball flight. We have it set to 10.5 degrees in a stiff shaft. This is one of their stock shafts. It's the Hazardous 6.0. It says low spin, so the Hazardous smoke.
Got to get one more thing. So you see how they've lowered. There's usually the driver design where the yellow is. That's the typical design of a driver would go up there, but they've lowered it here. That's a new feature for them. So they've put one of the weights here. Yeah,
so they moved, kind of like I was saying, they moved the mast further and lower back,
and you can see doing that. You see it mostly from
that kind of
from that look. You see how much lower this part is. Yeah.
I like the head cover. We have the head cover over there.
I'll grab it.
Kind of looks like the old one a little bit. So similar design.
This is pretty typical now with the head covers. They're all going this way.
Yeah, so nothing crazy new with the head cover. I don't know. Personally, not a huge fan of the yellow. Looks like a little bit of the Transformers Bumblebee action going on.
I think you'd like the white one.
I would prefer the white for sure. So not a huge fan of the yellow.
It's not actually white, it's that color. It's
kind of white. Silver.
It's like silver.
So that's personal preference, but obviously not looking at the bottom of the driver all the time. So first impressions of the crown. I like the carbon fiber. I've always been a fan of that. I know they do it from a material standpoint to, I think, decrease some of the weight of the product, but it's a little shinier than what I'd like to look at. It's got kind of a glare to it. Yeah.
Doesn't it? It looks glossier.
Yeah, it's got a gloss finish to it. Not a huge fan of that, but I don't know. It kind of looks like one of the old bafflers.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like the Baffler series to me. So
I can't think of a driver off the top of my head that has the same carbon fiber but with like a matte finish. I can't think of one right now, but personally I think the glare, I don't like that. I would prefer a matte finish.
A matte finish, yeah. I agree. But as far as how it sits on the ground, I mean, you can't tell that there's kind of that new design. It still sits like your traditional driver. So I don't know, I like the look of it other than the glare to it, I guess.
Yeah, I've always liked, I had the F8 Plus and the F8, I've tried them both and I really liked it. So they've got a similar face, they've got the same technology, so I'm going to assume I like how this one feels, but let's try it out. Ready? Because I'm going to hit it like 30 yards back.
Let's do it.
All right, Eric. What do you think?
It feels good.
Yeah.
I like the feel of it. I think it's a little too high aloft for me. So we moved the weights around. You'll see that in the footage. So I moved the 14 gram further forward and then the 2 gram back to try to bring my flight down a little bit.
I didn't see much of a change in the flight.
Didn't necessarily change the flight. It seemed to stay. Yeah, it seemed to stay in the air a little bit longer, which was nice. But it did. I mean, it launched high. It felt pretty solid. I wouldn't necessarily say that there was anything crazy with like an improvement in dispersion. Hit some off. Well, you hit some off the toe, and those seem to kind of duck hook pretty quick.
Yeah.
But all in all, I mean, it feels solid. It's a good, solid feeling driver, and we peppered the middle to the high toe quite a bit. And I mean, I like the feel of it.
Yeah, me too. I like how it feels. It feels very similar to the F8 Plus. The face, coming off the face, it feels pretty much the exact same as that. I liked when I was setting up to a ball. I liked how it looked shape-wise. I liked the shape. Looking down at it, didn't look too much different to the F8, but I don't like necessarily what I'm looking at.
The aesthetic of it.
The aesthetics,
yeah.
I'm not
that shiny
too
finish.
I'm not too keen on that. I thought I would have seen less dispersion because my bad shot is toe, and that, if you look at the strike pattern, it's actually not that much off. It's not terribly off the toe. It's not even touching the where the grooves are.
Right.
Yeah, it was a huge duck hook. I couldn't really get the ball airborne despite it being on 10.5
and high launch.
And the high launch. And the goal of the club is to hit it higher and is to launch it higher. I couldn't get the ball, really I couldn't get it airborne. So I'd have to play around with the shaft. But all in all, it feels good. Don't like the look of it too much. Performance-wise, performed very similar to the F8.
Yeah, I prefer the look of the F8 from the crown view, from the top-down view over this one. But all in all, yeah, feels solid. Seemed to come off the face pretty hot with some speed to it. So, I mean, I would definitely go and check it out. See if some people might like that glossy finish.
Yeah. Aesthetically, that's just what we.
We just happen to be two people that didn't necessarily like that glossy finish. I prefer a matte, so that's it.
Pay attention to the shaft that you're going to get in there, because I think that's what I would have to pay attention to more.
Yeah, agreed.
Cool. Peace. Enjoy.